could kick you off. They don't like CP time.
They don't, do they?
No, they're like, look, you got 10 minutes of CP time, and you gotta give your space up to somebody else. But they do let you know. They will say, hey, 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
I like that.
Antoine, you quiet? You got something?
I got something. Mm-hmm. What does that mean?
What's up? Why you got that background?
Why you get so defensive?
Why you got that background? Who behind you? Who they got a knife on you? A gun? What's up?
It just reminds me of like being at some sort of like, family dinner or whatever, and I'm typically a pretty quiet dude, and all of a sudden,
he's that guy.
People just want to turn to me. You haven't said anything in a while. What's up with you? Like,
yeah, why are you so quiet at this family dinner, Antoine?
I'm glad you asked. I brought an agenda I'd like to go over, and let's start from the top. What? I don't.
Okay, I'm ready for it.
I'm listening.
I know, right? Sometimes you just want to enjoy. You just want to be there, soaking it up, so you can imitate all the people later.
I think there's, I don't know, maybe they're a little paranoid. Maybe they think I'm taking notes or something, like about to share their secrets. Don't trust the quiet guy. He's gonna share your secrets
or steal jokes. I've heard that. I've been in a room with some comedians, and they be like, "Hey man, why you over here? You over here writing my jokes down?" The dude's like, "I was, studying with his test." It's a table of comedians right here in Starbucks. You shouldn't be writing next to comedians. We think you stealing jokes, whatever. So there could be that. So people could be like, "Man, this dude's quiet. I've been making him laugh. I hope he ain't stealing my jokes."
Simply Courtney says it's a real thing.
Absolutely. Oh yeah. Comics, man. Stand-up comics we are some of the most frail people in general, not just egos, but mental composition, spirituality, all of that comes to play. And I'm telling listen, I've gotten messages from people, man, like girls will go to a show and really just be digging the show, and then I'll have a homeboy hit me up about her going, "Hey man, I saw her at like 3 of my shows this week, and she was just looking at me laughing and then writing stuff in her notebook. What's she writing about?" And I was like, "Man, I don't know. She might like your joke. I don't know. Like, did you ask her?" "No, I didn't ask her. So I thought she was weird." Well, what am I supposed to do? Like, and I felt bad because I'd be like, "Dude, just go talk to her." Like, that's a great opening conversation. Yeah, hey, I saw you were laughing and writing stuff during my set. Like, what do you think that was about? "I think she's crazy. I'm gonna block her on Facebook." That's how all those conversations end. Yeah. Block them on Facebook.
But you know what's crazy about that is that person could have been your number one fan.
Facts.
And you block people without even connecting with fans. Like, you shoot yourself in the foot. It's like, what you laughing so hard over here? You laughing because my shoe got a hole in it? And you're like, "No, man, the joke was funny, dude. I'm sorry. Get your ass out of my show."
All that laughing. Get that shit.
We will make fun of people, and then as soon as it gets thrown back, we all of a sudden get on the defensive. And I'm just like, yo, for people that supposedly are supposed to be some of the most tough, thick-skinned individuals on the face of God's green earth, we be some of the most frail people. We'll talk trash about somebody, and then when they get a little bit of a laugh going, we get defensive and either want to fight, take the mic, run off, or take it like too far. And that's why I don't do roast, ladies and gentlemen. I don't do roast because I know what my weakness is. If you get me good, I may come back on some unprofessional stuff that's probably going to cause you to try to beat me up physically, or I don't know, I might lose a friend. So I tell people I don't want to do roast because I go like right there. I'm 0 to 60. I don't have I'm a 0 or 60, not 0 to 60. I don't have an in between.
There's no in between.
I love that. Dope. Antoine, ready to officially start?
You got the music queued up?
Absolutely.
DJ Comfy.
Back on my bullshit. Back to back on my bullshit. Matter of fact, that was bullshit. I'm going back on my bullshit. Do it one time, they gon' think it's luck. Gotta hit him with the repeat.
And then you hit him with the seed time.
With the seed time.
for tuning into the Can't Tell Us Nothing show. The show where we take opinions, discussions, topics, turn it into improv scenes on the spot. That's John, you got Amechi, you got Tandi, you got myself. The four of us make Can't Tell Us Nothing, an improv group out of Houston, Texas. Coming to you live on YouTube and Facebook. Sometimes we're joined by a special guest. I don't know if you noticed, someone I did not name in that 4-name group. Gentleman goes by the name of Symply Courtney.
Let's go.
Comedian in Austin.
What's up? Shout out to my troop real quick. Shout out to Sugar Water Purple. We ain't performed in a grip, but whenever I go anywhere, I always rep them wherever I go. Hold on. Sorry. Award-winning Sugar Water Purple. There we go. I got to make sure I rep right.
Say that again.
Award-winning Sugar Water Purple.
There we
At
go.
Austin, Texas. What's up? How y'all doing? Thank y'all for having me, man.
Shout out to Sugar Water Purple.
Shout out to Sugar Water Purple.
Shout out to Sugar Water Purple.
Dang, man. I mean, it's the only group that I could take the name and be like, all right, I got to see what y'all about to do with this. I got to see what y'all about to do with this. If y'all bold enough to put that name out there, y'all got to be confident as hell. And which means the show is going to be fun to watch. And absolutely.
Always.
I remember when I first saw y'all in Austin in Cold Town. Shout out to Cold Town. Man, it was fun, man. It was fun just seeing, y'all up there having a blast, man. And I got everything. y'all was saying.
All of them. All the references. It was important.
That's rare. That's so rare because you make some references sometimes and you got to be like, this might just be us laughing at this one. And you just got to go for it. You got to go for it because I've had it before where I said something and I didn't even bother looking at the audience. I just looked at the troop mates and they're laughing and reacting. And then I slowly did the whole pan to the audience and realized they were laughing too. And it was like, oh, we messes with this?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we really messes with this. Okay, It's on there, So,
yeah.
That's fun.
That's dope, man. Yeah, shout out to y'all, man. Definitely thank you for joining. I know we had talked earlier, but you mentioned that you had some shows that you've done. And, of course, wanted to see what are things like in Austin right now for comedians, stand-ups, and improvisers,
It's wide open for the stand-up. I don't know any improv groups that are actually open yet. I know that. All right, so the new movement. Oh God, RIP, not wrong thing. Fallout Theater, Fallout Theater. Ouch, oops, ouch. The Fallout Theater, they are opening back up. I think May 1st or something like that. Okay. So I don't know if I think it's a soft opening. I'm not sure if they have improv showing up yet. Cold Town is still existing only on the internet right now. Hideout, I'm not sure. Excuse me. And then I think those are the three right now that we have that are still in some form or fashion existing. I know that Hideout they were doing some things out and about, almost like some murder mystery-esque type stuff or whatever it is. But when it comes to stand-up, I don't know if y'all know any stand-ups in y'all's life. We don't care. They have been performing this entire time. Now, there's some new clubs that are open. Creek in the Cave is new. Romo Room has a spot up in the Domain. But they were doing shows. I'm talking about, what did we lose? 200,000? I think we might hit 500,000 deaths. How many people we lose?
Yeah.
In the height, stand-up's doing comedy at Austin like nobody's business. Dave Chappelle's coming in on the jet, doing shows, catching COVID, stopping for weeks, coming back.
Boy, they love some damn stand-up. They was
crazy.
Yeah, that's one thing I can say about, you could call it our cousins in comedy, the stand-ups, man, is they're like the mercenaries, man. They were out there doing every kind of show.
Yep.
And it's impressive and risky at the same time. But I think it's a renaissance. I think stand-up is about to have a boom renaissance. It's the first time I've seen many big name stand-ups being celebrated all at the same time. This is the first time I've ever seen big name comedians shine big lights on up and coming comedians all over the world. And then the internet just got in bed with all of that, and you could reach anybody And so I hope well for all the stand-ups that do. And just not everybody's Dave Chappelle. Not everybody can just catch COVID and just keep selling out dates,
I like the personification of stand-up being our like renegade cousin, like that.
Yeah,
that cousin that like
with the motorcycle that pull up late,
right? Or the kids in the neighborhood, the kids in the neighborhood bullying you. You like, wait till my cousin get here.
Yeah, he don't give a fuck.
Is the one that you get in trouble with. Just we ain't supposed to go off the block, and y'all that don't matter. Come on, and you ride all in the next neighborhood. Just that kind of cousin. I like
kicking over trash cans, and it's bad. You like, yo, we shouldn't be doing this, but it's fun though. And part of you go from watching them kick the trash cans over to every now and then you stick your leg out because you ride on the back of the bike. And you kick a trash can over, and he's like, "That's how you do it." And it's bad, but you like, this is kind of fun. And we're both cousins. We're both family. I'm no better than he is. He's no better than I am. Let's kick some more trash cans.
We cut to a scene where a father is talking to his son. Hey, Amechi.
Yes.
I see you about to head outside with your cousin.
Yeah. What's up? Can you need something there?
Can you close this door for a second? I'm going to talk to you. You just go ahead and close that door.
Okay.
Listen, son, I've always kept it real with you my whole life. I don't like your cousin Daryl. I don't think you should be hanging out with your cousin Daryl. Nobody in our family likes Daryl, to be exact. And matter of fact, I told my brother when he actually had Daryl, you might want to not bring him home or something because he's already unlikable, man. And we can get into that later in a later time.
Okay, yeah, this is I feel this is a weird conversation for us to have. I feel like you and Daryl have issues that you need to talk to him about. Yeah, I don't know why this is like being addressed to me.
Because you're my son. You're my son.
Okay.
And if anything happens to you with Daryl, I don't know if I'll be able to live with myself. That's how much I'm afraid of you walking out of this door hanging out with Daryl. Do you know he keyed someone's car last week?
Right, I didn't. Well,
you didn't know that. You were hanging out with him though. I remember you said, "Dad, I want to hang out with Daryl."
Was it your car?
Absolutely, my damn car. Yes. Oh. You didn't even know my car was keyed. You didn't even ask me where my car was all week. It was in the shop. That's how much you have been just wrapped around this. Your cousins, like this, man. You got to do something. All right.
Well, just really cool. We have a lot of fun. So, he's the only one in the neighborhood who talks to me. So, what else am I supposed to do?
When he talks to you, does he ask you about his jokes?
Yes.
Does he make you listen to his joke? His father used to do that to me back in the day. All right. Mm-hmm. I know Daryl because I know my brother. Daryl ain't shit. Daryl's never going to be shit. Daryl's probably going to owe you money. A lot of it.
Dad, you think you're a better comedian than Daryl? Is that what's happening here?
I mean, I dibble and dabble. I've been to a couple open mics here and there, but I just feel for you, son. I don't want you to become Daryl. He doesn't care where his life is going.
Right.
I can't have that for you, son. So do what you want with that information.
Okay.
But if you get hurt with Daryl, I'm not helping you. You have Daryl help you. How about that?
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty strong. He's a little bit older than me, so I think he can, if we need to go to the hospital or something, he can get me down the back of his bike. So yeah, that'll be fine. Your car's a mess right now.
We cut the Daryl in the car with his mother. All right, Daryl, you got your insurance card?
Yeah.
You got the debit card in case you need to pay for any hospital visits?
Yeah.
Okay, I got your bike. It's on the trailer in the back. Pull it down here. You just take your bike off and you just have a good time over here.
You know I will, Mama.
Yeah,
you know I will.
You know your Uncle John, he's nothing. Your daddy can't even come over here no more. I gotta bring you over here because your Uncle John always saying your daddy ain't nothing. Your daddy ain't gonna be nothing. So just to
I don't think he likes me. I don't think he likes me.
I don't think you're supposed to pay attention to that. You know, a lot of people say a lot of things, but we're family, and family has to stick together. You and your cousin Amechi, y'all are like that. But blood is thicker than water. That's it. Don't even listen to your Uncle John. He's a hater, and his jokes suck.
He is a hater.
Oh, he is. I used to go to his comedy shows.
Come back to the house. Listen, I see they just pulled up. All right.
Yeah.
I didn't talk about your aunt, but I can see she's already looking like she's starting shit. So let me tell you something about your aunt. Your aunt is the biggest hater in the family. All right. And back in the day, I was starting to start my stand-up dream. She was the main one in the back, eating popcorn and booing. Didn't even get a chance to say my jokes, man. Just a fucking hater, man. Just keep that in mind.
She's always nice to me. You know, she
I mean, you probably ain't noticing all this stuff I'm seeing, but listen, I'm telling you, man, Daryl's part ain't shit and part hater. Okay, you keep that in mind.
That's a bad combination.
Come back to the car. Wait, don't get out yet. There's just a couple other things I need to tell you. Yeah, I'll tell you why your Uncle John is so low down. I used to go to his shows before, and you know, I was just taking notes in my notebook. I had class the next day. He started spreading rumors that I was writing down his jokes.
What?
So when your daddy was funnier than him, then he said that I stole all his jokes.
What?
And so I then just started going to shows, eating popcorn in the back and just yelling, boo, boo. But that boy Amechi he's something. Timing like that. He's gonna be somebody. I mean, right after you, Daryl. You know, you really funny.
I'm on the come up for
you
sure.
Come up.
I'm on the come up.
All right, you got your leather jacket back there?
I already put it on.
All right, what about your brass knuckles?
We cut to a few hours later. Daryl and Amechi are pulling up on his bike. All right, so up here is the comedy club where your dad's performing tonight.
Okay.
I got a fun idea. I said we sit in the back and eat popcorn and boom. Maybe knock over a few trash cans.
Like in the back? We'll
in the back.
Trash cans inside and knock them over?
Yeah, we're going to take trash cans from outside, bring them inside, and then knock them over during his set.
Okay.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm out here tonight. Y'all ready to see this show? I got jokes on jokes on jokes for y'all asses tonight. Yeah, my first joke. Excuse me, kid. Security, can you get those people back in the back? Yeah, thank you. All right, for my first joke, won't you come up?
Hit security guy with a trash can.
Oh shit, my security guard.
Hey man, they got a trash can. Who brought a damn trash can into a comedy club?
I didn't expect that either, man. Oh, I know, man. I'm sorry about that. Come on, man. Please, Lord. Let me.
I don't get paid enough to do this, man. Damn.
I know. I'm sorry. I didn't mean for that to happen.
Amechi, say something. Say something.
You're not very good, Dad.
John, do you know these people? John, do you know these people? You want me to throw these people out? Do you know this person?
Let's see. That's cold, bro.
That's the worst nightmare. Like your son not liking your jokes. And you know what? I've bombed in front of my son before to my son. I told a joke that I was getting ready to do on stage, and he looked at me and said, "That ain't funny." And I was like, you know what? Okay. All right.
Nope.
I've learned something too doing stand-up. Two things. One, everybody gets offended if you tell them that they're not funny, no matter if they think they're funny or not. If you go, you can go to an old lady and be like, you know, you're the least funniest person I know.
Okay.
And if she's funny, she'll have a comeback. Right? Most of the time they'll get offended. And the second thing I learned was that oh shit, I just lost my train of thought.
Telling people they're not funny.
Yeah, telling people that are funny. First thing you tell people, everybody thinks they're funny. And the second thing is everybody gets offended if you tell them they're not funny. That's what it was. Everybody deep down thinks they're funny. And second thing, everybody will get offended if you tell them they're not funny. And that's what it made me think of when you said that to your son. Because I had a similar situation. Like my grandmother, I get a lot of messages from my grandmother. She actually watches South Park, and she'll call me like, "Ooh, did you see the new South Park episode?" And I remember when I first introduced her to it, it was funny, but it was obviously provocative, right? And it's one of those shows that makes you go, is a joke funny regardless of how provocative it is, right? And it touches you, hits you so many ways. Well, I showed a joke with my grandmother one time, man, and in her way, she basically said that it wasn't funny. And this was like in the earlier days, and it was kind of in a way, it was kind of like, how's your job going? You know, like kind of one of those things. Like, how's work been going for you? To kind of usher me in back to the place of like, you don't need to be working on jokes. You're not funny. So my question to you, was this early in your career stand-up, or was this like recently?
I mean, heck, that was probably like 2 years ago. So I still believe that I'm somewhat early in my career. I've been doing this now, I think, 8 years. And so whatever that is for time's sake. But yeah, that was like probably like 2 years ago. My son was probably like 8 years old. He's 10 now. And I remember it was the weirdest feeling to be like, yo, I don't do jokes for kids, but I can. And so the flip, just to kind of bring it back, I ended up doing a show, and I would take them with me because whenever I had them for spring break or whatever, if I'm performing, they're with me. And I did a show probably in front of like a big crowd. And I looked on the side of the stage, backstage, but still side of the stage out of view of the audience. And my son is sitting there watching. Like, he's literally right next to the stage watching me perform. I'm up there for about 20 minutes, whatever. Wow. And it was the coolest thing ever because when I got off, he was just like, you were funny. And like the next time we come to a show, I don't want to bring a tablet. I don't have an iPad, I'm Android. I don't want to bring a tablet. I don't want to bring a phone. I don't want to bring a coloring book. I just want to watch you perform. And so ever since then, whenever I've had a show, he's always been there watching. And it's the craziest thing ever because I almost felt like it was a challenge. Like, because when that happened, I joked about it, but at the same time, I was like, dude, I'm telling these stories about them. They should at least find them funny. And so I started, I watched it was an interview with Damon Wayans. He talked about the jokes about his kids and how those jokes were paying for them to go to private school. And I was like, you know what? Make the jokes funny, but make sure they're true. And at least at the end of the day, you can look your kids in the face and you're going to tell jokes about them and be honest with them. And so that was kind of where I went from. And I feel like the joke that he said that wasn't funny was probably some bullshit that I just kind of pulled out of air. And so ever since then, a lot of the jokes have been a little bit closer to home. So
I think your son might be the next greatest, man. He got an eye.
Absolutely.
Jokes,
you see, he got an eye.
He got an
talent.
eye already.
Talent.
Did you end up telling that joke on stage or no?
Which one?
The one he said.
The one son said wasn't.
The one
good.
He said wasn't funny. No.
Yeah.
That joke's gone. Yeah. It's like it might be a tag. I don't even remember the joke, but it's probably a tag if anything now. It's definitely not a main set piece anymore. And that did have a little bit to do with him, but then it also had to do with, you start thinking about feelings. And I have a 12 and a 10-year-old that have real opinions and real feelings about things. And I'm like, you know what? Nah, I don't want to hide shit from them. I want to go on stage, perform. And then when I come off, if I have to have a real conversation with them afterwards, that's fine. But if I feel uncomfortable, it's because I wasn't doing my due diligence and said the joke. I mean, I'm going to say some shit like, we talk about favorites and all that stuff. But that's, I think it comes from a place of reality. Go ahead.
Have you had to have a real conversation with them afterwards?
Yes. My God, yes.
What sort of things
I did a show.
To get talked about?
I killed. Okay, let me say, I don't talk like this. Okay, let me make it abundantly clear. I don't talk like this. I'm not one of those comics that go, I killed, I murdered. But I killed. I did great. My kids were there. My ex-wife was in the crowd. And I do a show, and at one point during the show, because where they were being kept was like literally right behind the performance spot, they came out, and I couldn't see them, but the audience's reaction, because I was talking about them, let me know my kids that came out kind of like stage left behind me or whatever. And I just kind of joked. I was like, y'all don't even know this, but if y'all see some little black kids walking around here, I'm actually I'm babysitting right now with my own kids while I'm performing for y'all. And don't get it twisted. If they leave that room, I'm going to tell them, get your butts back in. And when I did that, it scared them and it made them run back into the room. And after the show, people are coming to me telling me I did good. That was great. That was awesome. And then my son is crying. He's like super duper crying, but I know him when he's mopey. And I was like, hey, what's going on? He says, well, you made us, you embarrassed us when you told us to get back in the room, and everybody was laughing. And I was like, shit. Like it took me from I killed it to, man, at the expense of my kids, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do much more of that type of stuff. And so that was one of those things where I had to explain to them. I said, when I did it, I was trying to be funny. I was in the heat of the moment. But, you know, at the end of the day, he said, you know, you scared us. You made my sister feel bad. I didn't like that you made my sister feel bad. You embarrassed us. And so I was like, you know what? From now on, regardless if they're there or not, I'm not going to shit on them. I called it shitting on my kids for that, which is never fucking worth it, in my opinion. Like, for me, it's not. Some people can get away with it, do your thing, but I'll shit on myself for the laugh, and my kids will be just a part of that, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
I love that, man. I love that.
oh.
I killed it.
That's what you should have kept coming back to. You know, I'm sorry, but I killed it, though. Don't forget that. I was killing it, and then I might have stepped and shitted on y'all. Actually, yeah, man. That's big. That's a big moment. I think it's dope that your relationship with your kids and they're embracing your artistic nature. I think that's one of my goals for my children, is they are brought up in a house where their parents are actively pursuing and engaging in their dreams or their art, excuse me, so that they can, to me, it makes the world more palatable, you know, and allows you to express yourself. You get to communicate with the children in ways that you probably wouldn't have if they weren't there. And then you are communicating to your kids, whatever your dream is, follow it. Look at that. You know, I brought y'all here doing that. And I think that's awesome, man. So I'm glad you shared that with us. And you got to let us know when your son decides to do his first open mic.
Okay.
We cut to a courtroom. All right, Amechi, I need to remind you why you're here. You're a witness to a murder. We understand that you had a good comedy show before you found the body, but please just stay focused on the details of how you found the body.
Okay.
We understand you had a good show. All right.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Cool. All right. So let's dial it back. You went backstage, and then what happened next?
Well, I went backstage and people just patted me on the back. The crowd was still laughing. So I went back out onto the stage to get like another bow, and they gave me another standing ovation. And I felt really good in that moment. You know, I felt like I achieved something tonight. I achieved something that can we just get past of the standing ovation? We understand you had a good comedy show. I also want to say, use the word killed earlier. Probably not the best place to be using it, because it can confuse the jury. All right. So right.
Yeah.
Because if I say I killed, they might think I.
Exactly.
Okay.
So to go back. Yeah. Sorry. You walked out of the green room, and then what happened next?
Then I walked out of the green room, and I heard these two people talking about what a great show I had, and that felt really good. So I walked like a little bit slowly by them so they could see me, and they stopped me, and we talked for a few minutes about, just how much fun they had, and that they wanted to come back and see me again once I'm performing next.
Objection, Your Honor. Objection. I can't. I know I called this witness, but Jesus Christ, like
what?
Just get to the body. Get to the body. Jesus.
This is the one backstory for the body.
This is a trial. This is a murder trial. There's no fun backstory. This is just testimony.
Excuse me, cancel. Excuse me.
Oh,
is there? What exactly are you trying to get at with your line of questioning?
I just want him to go over the details of how he found the bodies, so we can establish where the evidence was and carry on with the case.
Okay, Amechi, as you were, then go ahead and answer the guy's question. Please omit any hearsay. The phrase "killing" will be struck clear from the record. If it's not proven that you did indeed kill, we're going to go ahead and need you to refer to doing well or succeeding at getting the laughs. Sir, go ahead and carry on with the line of question. Yes,
wait, hold on a second. Your Honor, I did kill though. Like it was. He
didn't kill anyone, Your Honor.
Your Honor. I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
I'm Amechi's manager, and I want to say He absolutely killed that night.
Sir,
we just got 3 bookings right.
Sir, we're gonna need to swear you in first. We're gonna need to swear you in.
We don't need to swear him in. We haven't called them up.
We need to call about this damage. Yeah,
whether or not he had a good show is not a object. Oh wait, you object.
I'm not supposed to object. Sorry, y'all object. Order in the court.
So can my manager come up now and confirm that I killed?
No, you did not. Did you murder anyone, Amechi?
I murdered the crowd.
We're gonna have to have a recess. We're gonna have to have a recess because we need to really work this out, sir. You're free to go. Go ahead and don't go too far. We'll be back in 15 minutes. Okay.
Okay. I think that's video of it too. So.
We cut outside. Hey, Amechi, look, we got 5 bookings since you started. So, yes.
I knew there's some promoters in the jury, right?
There's some promoters in the jury. I was out passing flyers out, telling them the hottest comedian in town is right inside. You got to keep killing, dude. We got more bookings. We could probably get 10 bookings.
And scene.
Oh my God, I love y'all. Jesus Christ. Oh, that was so good. We got 5 bookings. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. Listen. I can tell y'all without a shadow of a doubt, because I feel like y'all have been around it. Stand-up comics, not even just the producers, but our promoters, but the stand-up comics in general, we are always on. Like, it is a legit disease. I have been at a scene of a car wreck. I'm talking about the lady just got flown off in a Starflight helicopter. Car still torn up. I got blood on me. EMTs are around, and my comedian homeboy walks up and starts handing cards. His cards to the workers. And I'm direct quote. Hey, man, I just figured maybe y'all could use a laugh. He's just handing cards out. I'm just like, we are always on. And I'm just like, I have literally never seen a profession that when you don't leave the office. There's a such thing as leaving the office, and this one you don't. I feel like everything else you can like put something down. As a comic, we're always loaded. Like even when we're like, I was getting my vaccine, I'm cracking jokes why the lady has the syringe next to my arm, making her laugh. I'm like, imagine if she stabbed me by accident, like in the wrong spot, Tell jokes because I'm culty, So we're always loaded.
No, that's true. That's true.
I was gonna ask, like, when you were like, say, high school or something, were you the comedian of the group? Like, I know some people like flower into that later on. Right. Some people always had it in them.
It was there, but I think I was a storyteller. Like, I think personally, I know that when I remember vividly telling these long, tall tales. Like, I mean, obvious lie, obviously fake, made up, and yet, first of all, people would be sitting there, and I'd still get like not shy, but insecure because people are staring at me. I'm like, why the fuck are they staring at me? It's like, oh shit, you're telling the story and they're listening, And then I would say stuff that I thought was obvious farce, and then they would like believe it, and I'd be like, guys, I said unicorns 3 times. Like, dude, we didn't know, you were convincing. And so I have to learn to say just kidding, and I don't have that problem as much now because my circle kind of knows me. But talking with people, I would sometimes say things. I don't know if this is maybe just a really good sign of a liar or whatever, but I would say something, and they would believe it, and I'd be like, do I really have to say just kidding or LOL for you to understand I was joking? But I realized that probably as like a 20-something-year-old. And then it took me about 5-6 more years before I even thought about maybe we should try to tell jokes on stage. And then it took me till I was about 27 to actually try it because, it took 2 years to get on stage because comedy is scary.
Comedy is super scary, man. It's like walking that tightrope bridge from one cliff to the next.
Facts.
And you're like, people are getting over there. But damn, this shit looks scary.
People below you, make no like Miss Cassess or whatever. People below you want you to fall.
Yeah,
it's like it's going to this is bad. It's going to a plane show, and you're just like,
so it's gonna crash, right?
You see that guy do the dive, and you're like, is this controlled or is this by accident? Is this controlled or malfunction? And then sure enough, he like lands, and you're like, oh. But
I kind of wanted to see an explosion, but I'm happy you say
my cards.
That's stand up. That is stand up every night. People want to see the explosion. It's great that the plane did the loop de loop and it landed, but sometimes people want to see what's his name, Keith Richards. They want to see, or whatever his name is. They want to see a meltdown on stage and be like, "Yo, but that one comic though that said he was gonna hurt himself afterwards. That was the night right there. He was crying. I bet you he did go cry in the car."
Do you think comedians get a bigger kick out of that, or is it the audience?
I hope it's comics. I would really like to believe that regular people don't get a thrill out of watching a comic meltdown on stage. But man, I've talked to so many people that they pick up on stuff that you would think they didn't. Like, oh my God, he was sweaty. You could tell he was kind of nervous. It made it kind of unfun to watch him perform. And I was like, shit, people have been telling me this whole time that the audience doesn't notice stuff. No, they notice. Yeah. They just choose not to say anything because of being nice.
Absolutely. I mean, they notice exactly what we notice, right?
Yeah.
And I think for the most part, well, here's what I'll say. Depending on the room you are walking in will determine whether they are empathetic or not. So I remember when I was doing stand-up, I only did stand-up. I still write stand-up jokes, but I only actually did stage stand-up for about 3 years. And I got to the point where it was real fun to do. But what I wanted to do was do characters with improv. But one night I did a Apollo night in northern Kentucky. And it was predominantly black show.
Oh, very nice.
I've done a couple of black rooms, but none that was designed to sniff out the blood and have everybody go after you. So I was like, okay, I'm feeling kind of good. I'm going to go up and prove to myself I can do this. And of course, one of my jokes, like your son said, it wasn't a good joke. And I righteously got booed by this older black lady. It was on Martin Luther King Day, I remember, because the joke was about Martin Luther King. And that was my first taste of actually having to deal with a heckler. But I knew at the end of the night that I still wanted to be a comedian because none of the boo made me go, I'm never doing this shit again. Right? It was all like, all right, I got to have 100 comebacks ready for the next person to do this. It wasn't that bad. I got booed. It wasn't bad. People laugh at me, but I'm trying to get people to laugh at me. You laugh with me at least, so I could deal with that. Have you ever gotten booed?
Not literally, but I did a show in Killeen that to this day, when I drive by certain parts of Killeen, I just want to cry. Valentine's Day, picture it, Valentine's Day, 2017. I did a comedy show for Valentine's Day, all black room. I knew it was wrong. I should have taken the gig, but I took the gig. You know why? Because I was like, hey, I got to learn how to perform any and everywhere. And they offered me personally the gig. I knew the gig wasn't going to go well because I didn't have the right jokes for the crowd. As soon as I walked in, there was a band playing very loud. If I would have done my job the right way, I would have just played with the band and it's worked for the entire duration of my set. Instead, what did I do? All the wrong jokes. And then I tried to do crowd work. I asked for a suggestion. Have you ever asked for a suggestion and not gotten one? Had to pry it from me. Now imagine doing that as a stand-up comic by yourself.
Yeah.
And you were already bombing for 5-6 minutes before that.
Ooh, which felt like 20 minutes probably.
That was a boo. That was literally a boo. And I had to talk to the dude. I said, hey man, give me a word. He was like, nah, man. And I had another lady I asked, I said, hey, ma'am, give me a word. And the lady looked at me and said, over. It was like she said over, but the way she said over, you knew that she meant. And then I said, give me another word. And she said, new joke. And I was like,
yikes.
So that's my version of getting booed. And, I'm better for it. I'm still not sure if I'm ready to take a gig there. I'm lying. I'll take a gig there. But that was definitely, I think, worse than a boo. Because at least a boo, you could be like, You know, at least you don't know what they were booing at. I knew exactly what they didn't like. Me.
Yeah, that's tough. Man, that's tough. What was it like at the end of the night watching people leave? Did you leave before everyone got out of there, or were you like?
I couldn't because I have to wait to get paid, John. That's the
They was
worst
like,
part.
this motherfucker wasted my.
I had the comic that went up after me twerked and danced her ass off and respected her because they loved it. She was perfect for that crowd. And I stood next to her as people were like, "Oh my God, girl, you did that. You was funny as hell." And they looked at me like, "Anyways, girl, you was funny as hell. You did that. Ooh, you was, excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Hey, girl, you was funny as hell." And then when we got paid, I thought the dude, because he was this big, like, Jamaican-looking dude, I thought he was going to beat me up in the back because my show was that bad and not pay me. And truth be told, if it would have happened, I would be like, I deserve that because I kind of bombed your show. You know, what did I expect? He has tattoos and dreadlocks, and we in Killeen. That's what's supposed to happen when you're not funny.
We cut to a therapy session with a bunch of comedians who bombed.
All right, John. So go ahead and let's go ahead and all right. Let's do this again. This time I want you to omit the swear words and let's use not necessarily proper English here, but let's delve a little bit deeper into how exactly you felt. You know what? Let's take the show in Killeen, for instance. How did you feel after that?
Well, I felt like the Jamaican-looking dude was gonna beat my ass, and I ain't never had my ass get beat for telling jokes. I was actually gonna ask for this chick number, so I asked her for a suggestion, and she said never. And I was like, okay, I can't get her number.
He's doing jokes. This is not the place. This is not the place.
Hey! It's John's turn. It's just Antoine. It's John's
We're all trying to heal here.
And I take offense to that. You know, every Jamaican not gonna kick your ass.
Okay, so I guess you brought him with you, John. You brought the guy with you.
No, everybody from Jamaica doesn't work in the club with dreadlocks and tattoos.
You are literally the guy that he described. Are you sure you're not, John? Be honest. Is this the gentleman from the club?
No, this isn't the gentleman.
Not the guy.
It's not the guy.
I'm Rasta Rara. I've been doing shows in Killeen and all over the Austin area and in Waco and different places. Because go on, John.
I'm sorry. But it's the accent for me, man. The guy literally said it just like that. He was going to beat my ass because I bombed on his motherfucking show, and I can't get those out of my words in my head. I love Jamaican food. I haven't been able to go to a Jamaican restaurant. I just feel like everybody knows I bombed in Killeen. Like Jamaicans have a network all around the world to tell people what comedians to like. I just don't think I should keep doing it, man. I just don't know why it had to be me that night. Why couldn't it be the girl that showed up half naked? I mean, she wasn't even telling jokes. She might have even been a stripper for all I knew. I just knew people were laughing and all she was doing was shaking her ass. That's all I knew. You know, I mean, that's not comedy. I was doing comedy. They weren't laughing. I'm done.
That's a blood clot shame, John. It's a blood clot shame.
What? I thought I heard.
You know, it's weird because at my last show that I got booed at, when I was done, there was a big Jamaican dude waiting at the edge of the stage. It looked like it was about to beat my ass, and I don't even remember a Jamaican guy being involved at all. He wasn't on the set list. He wasn't backstage, but when I got off stage, he was waiting for me. He told me I bombed. He told me I should really think about what I'm doing, and I felt like he was going to beat my ass. It was weird.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys know something. I'm actually not a therapist. I'm a court-appointed sketch artist, and we're trying to find this Jamaican artist this Jamaican.
Is this some sort of sting?
That's been trying to beat people's ass. And so, is this him? Is this the guy?
Oh,
that's him.
Yeah, that's him.
Oh my God!
Let me see. Let me see him again. And that's my son Harry. My son Harry.
Guys, go ahead, move in now. Move in. We have confirmed this is the guy.
What is going on?
We've been tracking this guy for like 7 shows now, and he's been catching guys slipping. Oh wow! Wow.
This is a serial dude that's just going around like.
No, it's my son. I've been on the same show with all you comedians every night. And we've been doing a tour together. You know I don't drive. My son got to bring me to the show. And then he stand there when you're not funny. My son can tell you that you're not funny. And then you think he wants to kick your ass just because he got tattoos and he got dreadlocks.
He said that he was going to kick my ass.
I felt it emanating from him.
You know,
I feel it emanating from you right now, actually.
But you know, comedians were all waiting for the other to fall so we can go to the top. It's part of his plan. You bring your spirit down so his mom can get up there and then I can tell the jokes and I can be number one.
As she's like saying this, all gesticularly, she accidentally like punches one of the guys in the chin. Like, oh, she's lashing out. She's doing it.
Whoa! Back up now. She just punched somebody. She literally just punched one of the comics.
I just talk with my hands, and I'm spirited, and I'm feeling attacked right now.
Why are you talking with fists?
You attacked him. You're feeling attacked.
No, I'm saying just because you know. That's okay. I should go and join the West Indian tour group because
before you go, do you want to talk about the last time you bombed? Since you're here, yes. I technically have 40 more minutes. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Out with it if you want, if possible. Be respectful, guys.
All right, it's her time. But all right.
I was on a stage. We were in Killeen for the show, the same show. These ones were there. And I did my jokes, okay? I've been killing every other place. And when I walk off, I thought, hey, it's my son Harry, but no. It was another Jamaican guy standing at the end of the place. And he said he was going to...
And scene.
Come on. Get it ready. Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. I'm going to make that into a joke. I promise. There will be some kind of bit related to that whole, because it was perfect, y'all. I'm telling y'all, I really thought I was gonna get physically handled because of this show. Like I legit was like, you know what, Courtney? You've done comedy for about 6 years now. You've had a good run. This is where you get punched in the face for bombing. Like they say, a bomb doesn't physically hurt you; it's just like mentally and emotionally. No, I think a bomb could physically get you assaulted as well. So. Put your shit up. Let's go. I know.
That's crazy. So where's Killeen? Well, I'm not a born.
No worries.
So where's Killeen relative?
Okay, so look at Austin. So let's say y'all are in Houston. Killeen is probably about 40 minutes to maybe 50, so a little bit under an hour north of Austin. And think of like if you're from here, Waco. I guess Waco on the way to Dallas. If you go up 35.
I think so.
Oh, so if that's not a good reference, no worries. But Killeen's north of Austin, effectively north of Austin, almost midpoint between Austin and Waco.
Like Conroe, maybe like Conroe for us, or maybe a little bit. Yeah.
What is Conroe on the way to if you're going from Houston
to that dreaded Dallas? We don't speak of it.
Oh, that place we don't speak of.
No, to Dallas that way, north Houston.
Yeah, it is legit when people ask, like they come to Austin, they'll say, hey, where are your black rooms at? I'll tell them, like, I'll be like, not Austin. You know, I'll say, if you want to like urban room, you're going to go out to somewhere in Pflugerville, which is a suburb of Austin, because they pushed all of us out because gentrification, yay. Or you're going to head out to Killeen, you know?
Pflugerville got some urban rooms?
Well, we did. I mean, prior to the pandemic. Okay. You ready for this? There was a comedy show. The comics got paid in chicken.
Where from Bahati's?
Yes. They have
some great chicken though.
It's good though. The sign. I love that she had the name. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
We cut to a house. Courtney, you've been gone all night. Your kids have been waiting for you to come home. Please tell me the show went well and you have a lot of money. Please tell me they paid you.
Oh. Okay.
You picked up some chicken on the way home with the money you made from your comedy show that you've been out all night.
Honey, I got good news and I got bad news.
Okay.
The good news is I did get paid, and I killed. By the way, I killed. Objectively speaking,
good.
I killed.
That's good. So no Jamaican guy there. Perfect.
I did get paid.
Okay, that's even better.
Did I mention that I killed? I mentioned that I killed, right?
Yeah,
right.
You mentioned the Jamaican comedy mafia didn't show up to your show. Absolutely.
So
how much did you get paid?
A 4-piece.
Oh, you got $4,000 for your show? What? or 400? Because I'm sorry, is it 400 nowadays? $400 is still a great night as a comedian. That's like you had a gig every week, every night. Jeez, that'll be a lot of money.
If we're speaking on caloric intake, maybe 400 calories.
400 calories? What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Courtney? I'm lost.
I got paid in chicken. It happened again. I said, listen, I said this was the last show. I promised you. I got down in the driveway before I walked in because I know you don't like doing this in front of the kids. And I promised you I would not take any more chicken gigs. And I'm looking you in the eye. This was the last one, okay?
It's going to be the last one, Courtney, because tomorrow we're leaving. I'm going to stay at my sister's house. The one that has my nephew, Daryl. I'm staying over their house.
Not Daryl. He's the worst.
And I'm going to stay over there because I'm sure Daryl and his father are bringing home chicken dinners for their family.
He's chicken too. He was at the show. How do you think he got paid? He got paid chicken as well. Okay. That's your plan to get away from the chicken.
Listen,
you used to like chicken.
I do like chicken. I just don't like putting it in my bank account, Courtney. I like green dollars. Sometimes blue dollars, but we haven't seen a lot of blue dollars because we've been bringing home brown chicken. All right?
You can eat chicken. You can't eat the dollars. You ever think about that? See, think about it. You're hungry. I get off late from the gig. You're hungry. The second thing you asked me after what did you get paid was, what did you at least bring home dinner? Well, damn it. Guess what I did? I brought home dinner.
What's going on? I was sleeping and
Courtney Jr.
yelling. It's cold in my room.
It's okay, Courtney Jr. Your dad is going to explain to you what he was just telling me about how we're going to keep our house warm for the next month.
Yeah, my sheets have holes in them.
You're really going to do this to me right now? Okay.
What?
Hey, Junior, come here.
Mm-hmm.
You know how you like chicken? Look what I got. I got it in a piece of bread too. You know how you like that, right?
Oh yeah, I like it.
Who's
that the phone?
That? Somebody's answering. Honey, you want to go ahead and answer that call? Because my hand's kind of greasy.
I'll go answer it. Okay. I told you about changing this landline out, but you didn't bring home money. You brought home chicken.
Oh, just answer the call already. It's 12 o'clock. We're already calling.
Hello. This is Green Mountain Energy. Is this Miss Thomas?
Yes, it is.
Yes, Miss Thomas. Yes, I'm just
calling.
calling.
Why are you calling at 11:30?
I'm calling you on a recorded line. We're just calling to let you know that your light bill is 3 months overdue. We did receive the box of breasts, legs, and thighs, and we thank you. We did enjoy that, but that does not cover your bill. I know you wrote on the payment that you attached to the box, equivalent to $300, but it was not.
Do we need more? Do we need to send more boxes of chicken? Is that going to cover it?
No, we need money. We need cash because you cannot pay us in chicken. We've let this go on long enough. We're sorry. If we don't get money tomorrow, we are going to turn off all of your electricity. Can you make any kind of payment now? Anything?
Not unless you could take a 4-piece.
Oh no, we can't. Okay, all right then. Well, you have until tomorrow. Click.
Honey, who was that? You didn't seem too thrilled. Who was it?
That was one of our bill collectors.
At 11:30 at night?
Well, I've been sending them boxes of chicken because I haven't had any checks because they closed our bank. We don't have any money in the bank, Courtney. We believed in you. You were supposed to be the stand-up of the family. Now you're gonna let Daryl and his father.
Junior, close your ears. Junior, cover your ears. Junior, cover your ears right now. Cover your ears. Listen, don't you say that damn name in this house again. We will not be talking about fucking Daryl. Okay, don't bring Daryl into this shit. Okay, I told you I have a problem. I told you I love chicken, and I love comedy, and I love you, and our son, he doesn't laugh at my jokes, but I'm learning to love Junior. Okay.
I was actually gonna say, yeah, Dad, your jokes aren't that funny to me. Daryl's hilarious, and so is his dad.
Daryl. You really like Daryl that much? You know what? Why don't you go live with Daryl? Why don't the whole family go live with Daryl?
You cannot live with Daryl. Okay, you cannot live with Daryl. No one's
tell
living
him.
with Daryl.
Tell him. You should tell him.
But
tell him where he gets his sense of humor from.
Daryl is funnier than your dad, Courtney Jr. He is. He is. Because I've seen Daryl put money in his mother's pocketbook from comedy. I've never seen your father make anything but chicken. And for all I know, he probably paid for the chicken after he got paid cash from the show. So he could be a liar, Courtney Jr. You don't want to be a liar. I would rather you just be a terrible stand-up than a terrible stand-up who lies to his wife.
You know what?
We cut to the comedy club. All right. Y'all did a fine job tonight. Amechi, man, you better get this 20-piece. You had the people rolling. Baby, they could not stop rolling out there.
They're not going to believe when I go back to court. I'll tell you that.
I know.
Yeah.
Scene, and that can't tell us nothing.
I want to hear where this is going. Courtney, all we got for you is what we got left. Man, I'm sorry, player. Listen, man. Hey, came up short. I know I promised you 6 pieces, dog, but all I got, I can put something on it.
All right, take some extra
ketchup over here.
Yeah.
My first paid gig, I'm proud to say, was $2. $2 American handed to me.
That wasn't even enough for a drink.
I don't drink, thank God. But man, it was $2. I felt so bad because you could tell. Like, I learned what that walk was when the guy comes up and says, "Hey man, let me holler at you real quick." And he put his hands together, and I was just like, "Wait a minute." I recognized it. Like when he did it, I was like, "I already know it's gonna happen." I had only done comedy for less than a year. But he came and said, "Hey man, let me holler at you real quick." And I was like, "Oh shit! Oh shit!"
Start tripping. Yeah, I hate that.
Can I ask y'all honestly? Is improv so? And John, since you have had the experience of stand up, I don't know who else has. When it comes to the business side of things, does it feel like the business of improv is at least better than stand up than what you've seen or heard about, or does it feel like it's equal and even in some cases? Because I mean, it's a group versus one person.
Yeah, business wise, I don't think it's close.
Not the same animal at all.
For us, I'll speak from my point of view. From us, I think we've been having to kind of set our own, figure out what is a going rate, and kind of not use the word innovate, but innovate a business model that works for a group of people. And in a group, I mean, for 4 of us, we basically, if you book us, man, we take it as you book our group. 1 payment for 1 group. We don't need you going, I'm giving Antoine 20 pieces. Tandi gets 35 pieces. We don't want any of that kind of stuff because we thought it would.
That's how you do it.
That was a gnat, sorry.
Oh, you're good.
A gnat.
It slowly was flying towards my eye. I'm like, I'm not gonna let you go by eye on camera. But like for us, we opted to kind of, not set what we want, but we're reasonable. We know there's some effort. We can promote. There's cash tickets. You know, sometimes we don't do we don't ask for much. Or anything. And sometimes people will pay us, and we take that and then we just kind of negotiate for ourselves.
And outside of New York and Chicago and maybe LA, where else are you seeing like a lot of what do we do? Improv comedy shows. There's not a lot. Like there could be 30 venues in a town that have stand-up, but improv it's not the same. So I just don't think that it's not even enough activity for it to be, I think like
That's the level of stand-up.
It's not. We trying to get it there. We're trying to get it there, but it's
I just feel like when I've dealt with the improv side of things, because I've had the pleasure of doing both at one venue. So where it was like the rate for stand-up versus the rate for improv. And, you know, it's so funny because in stand-up, I know it's just probably for myself. I have almost a pessimistic attitude. Like, yo, man, we're going to pay you this much money. I'm like, sure. And I don't believe it until the money is in my account or in my hand, because I'm telling y'all, I could see a whole room of people and do well. And then I could like, hey, man, the DJ needed more money, or we had to buy. And I'd just be like, I should have knew this was going to happen. You know, like I'm not repped. I don't have a manager. I don't have anybody speaking on my behalf except myself, me find me. And so it's so funny because I always wonder, like, you know, with y'all, the risk, I think y'all still take the same risk because now it's 4 of y'all. And so it's 4 different people that have to change their calendar, change their schedule, and make arrangements, whatever it is, life-wise, to get to a venue and perform. Whereas me, I oftentimes go solo dolo when I'm unsure about the venue, because if things go wrong, at least it's me getting egg on face instead of myself and my homeboy and so forth, you know, opener, a host, a feature, whatever. And so I've oftentimes said, I go to the place first to suss it out, and then I'll send word and bring people back, because, man, we get, I can't speak on everybody, but I know stand up, we get our asses handed to us on a regular. I'm talking about, yo, the gig's Friday. Hey, actually the gig's going to be Saturday. And you know how you were talking about Saturday at 8, now it's Saturday at 10, and you got a show before you. And, you know, it's just like, is my money still the same? Like, you know, and I don't want to be about the money, but it's such a weird thing because I look at the money part as a sign of respect. And I almost feel like in improv, the improvisers get respected more by the venue than the stand-up comics do, because I think in improv, it's like y'all, and I'm saying y'all as you guys, y'all are an organism, y'all are an organization, y'all got work that can be seen, be kind of not comparable, but you can tangibly feel it. Whereas a stand-up comic, I could say I'm out here working in these streets and grinding, killing, and you don't know it until I show up and then bomb. And you're like, I don't want to pay this guy. Who's he gonna tell? It's only one of them, you know? Give him chicken. Give him chicken and get him out of
Get him out of my face. Yeah, I definitely think the improvisers, one advantage I see, and I did notice this difference from stand-up, rolling up to a venue with 4 people, and we're improvisers, but it's, be real, 4 black people, and we're not 4 small black people. We're 4, you know, you're gonna see us walk in together, and if you're gonna tell us, hey, I'm throwing eggs in your face, it's harder to say that to 4 people.
I love that.
I love that. That's true too.
It's really hard, and we've had some funny conversations, you know, where, like I said, I felt more confident because not only am I speaking for other people or we're covering for each other, but I know like it's harder to bullshit more quantities of people. Right? You can't say, the DJ is in that talk, be like, fuck are you talking about? I know the DJ. Like he's already gone. He already got his money. Now, you know, Tandi's go chime in. Antoine, Amechi chime in. So we do have that kind of like that group factor that does kind of, you know, assert itself versus the stand-ups. But it's going to be a while before the stand-ups kind of get that. And I think the way it's going to be hard, man, in the beginning doing stand-up when you're getting booked, because like you said, the venue is taking the risk booking you. And I know that even as an improv group, we go anywhere. We're supposed to do a festival in Baltimore. In my mind, I'm like, I believe in my group. We're going to have fun. It's going to be a good show. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, the venue still needs us to prove that to them.
Yes.
And like you said, I mean, if I'm a club owner, not vouching for club owners, but if I'm a club owner, I could easily say, oh man, I'm paying this dude $100. He goes up there, eats a whole lot of shit, and now I have to look at this dude and like you said, respect and honor my agreement, you know, but also tell him, don't ever come back here again. I can't take that risk. These people, I could lose people if I bring you back. So in stand-up, it is a beast that you always have to fight against. You know, improvisers basically come out of an accelerator like an improv theater. So you've already been doing a bunch of shows, figured out your shit, and then you go do shows. So we kind of know a little, it's a little bit tighter, or at least I would hope groups would do that. So yeah, I think in that sense, you know, improv is probably safer to get your money from a venue.
Right.
But I would still argue the economics for stand-up still is the towers over improv. I can't see improvise, you know, we will love to do that, right? That's what we're working towards. But I can't see, you know, the top stand-up and the top improv group both doing the night, who's gonna come out with the better economics, man. It's I'm gonna say the system is built up for the stand-up right now.
Well, to give y'all's flowers, because I believe wholeheartedly in giving flowers while people can smell them and while I'm in their face. Like, it's great to speak highly about people when you're elsewhere and you're talking about them almost like it's past tense. But while I'm here with y'all, I want to make sure I give y'all's flowers now. Y'all are hands down one of the most amazing performances I've seen. Not just improv, not just stand-up, musical, all that stuff. I watch a lot of that. But you guys are worth your weight in gold, and I absolutely treasure the fact that I can say that I know y'all, the fact that I can say that I've performed with y'all, and the fact that y'all are literally a stone throw away, just over there around the corner. And I'm like, no. You can see greatness from a distance, or you can see greatness where you can actually touch it. And so, man, hats off to y'all. Go and get it. The truth, before I got into it, before I got into Sugar Water Purple, because I'm like the third generation Sugar Water Purple person, I used to talk about, man, I've never even seen this shit before. And I remember that was the highest level that I had seen. It's not comparing, it's just call it what it is. And then this troupe can't tell us nothing. I was like, that's a troupe? They said, oh yeah, it's improv. And I was like, it's a Kanye West song, right? They're like, yeah, but that's a troupe as well. And then I just remember y'all taking the stage, and I couldn't look away. And it was one of the most captivating things I had ever seen. I'm watching y'all, and I'm just like, yo, that's what I want to do. And truth be told, I still don't know half of what the fuck y'all do, because it's amazing. It's magical. But I'm serious. Like, y'all do things, and I'm just like, yeah, that's right. You can do that too. You know, Courtney, you got to, you know, yeah, humans are capable of doing that. And so I watched y'all, man, and from the bottom of my heart, I'm speaking for myself because I can only speak for myself. Y'all do the damn thing. Y'all set the fucking, like, y'all set that bar so goddamn high. I remember we did a show with y'all. Y'all stopped our warm-up. Like, our warm-up, we were talking and shit, and the laughs were so loud, you know, we had to come in and go, hey, we gotta follow this shit. You know what I'm saying? We gotta follow this. And I was like, oh shit, that's right, you're a beast. You know, like, it's like almost had to be reintroduced to y'all. So I really just want to make sure y'all understand how much I have an admiration of what y'all do, how much I love that. Like, I remember coming to Houston and I was having the worst mental streak of my life during that time period. I think it was might have been 2018, 2019, real quick. And performing with y'all literally made me forget about everything that went wrong up until that moment. And then afterwards, I remember I was driving back with Tari, because we didn't have all our old troops. So shout out to Tari Phillips. We freaking just kind of talked about life. But I remember performing with y'all just kind of changed the trajectory of my whole, like, year that year. I was like, oh shit, I'm not half bad, because I'd only been performing with my troupe. And then I performed with some real bosses. And I was like, oh shit, I ain't that damn bad. You know, like, hey, look at me over here, but can't tell us nothing. So thank y'all so much, man. Like, I really hope y'all get everything that's coming to you and more. Anytime I see y'all with something, I was telling John beforehand, y'all stuff, whatever y'all do with this, it's everywhere on my feed. I see it because I'm friends with all of y'all, and so I see it. And I absolutely marvel at that. I love that y'all have been able to pivot to online, and I look forward to seeing y'all and being able to glow over y'all and dote over y'all in person as well. So that's it. Mwah, seriously.
Wow.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, that
was, I don't even know what to say to that. Something you say to it.
Where the hell the sound been? John, wait, time out. John was doing all this before the show, and then we do the show and I ain't heard shit. I was like, wait a minute. He had a whole soundboard.
I had my finger on a button. I was trying to let you go. I didn't want to interrupt you.
Well, on that note,
being vulnerable.
On that note, I'm being vulnerable.
Wait. Before you close out, I do want to say shout out to Jamie West, Contessa. Shout out to Shauna. Came in late, but always on. Shout out to Michael Winters and everybody else who might catch this after the show is published as well. All right, Antoine, back to you.
Thank you.
Well, I was going to say, DJ Comfy, go ahead and play them tracks and let's get out of here before I start crying. So you were listening to the Kid.
Thank you.
Yeah, you were listening to the Can't Tell Nothing show, everybody. Thank you so much, Symply Courtney, for being a guest on the show. Let people know where they can find out more about you. And lower the track a little bit while he.
I didn't know. I was like, am I supposed to rap it? Because I can freestyle now. Don't get it twisted. This
You
is
can
what
freestyle?
I do. But no, if
show.
you got an instrumental, I'll freestyle it. But no, where you can find me and everything I got going on, look me up. Instagram. I'm always trying to hammer the Instagram out. I am Symply Courtney, spelled like my name. The misspelling is a tribute to my kids that I talked about so much during the show. SYMPLYCOURTNEY, and then put I am in front of that, and that's me on Instagram. And then I think I got it to the point now. If you type in Symply Courtney on YouTube, on Twitter, and all that stuff, that's it now. I've made it a little bit easier.
Yeah.
It took me 4 years to learn how to do that. But I host the show on Coldtown Twitch, is Coldtown TV. It's called The Callback. It's a stand-up show, and we do this. It's bi-weekly, so every other Friday. So if you ever get a chance, I have comics from all over the world. It's crazy to say it, but I bring comics from all over the world, and they perform. And we are in that joint for about an hour. So if you're able to watch this show, you'll be able to watch that show. It's just stand-up, but it's about 55 minutes as well. So I keep that thing tight, and then I wrap it up by rapping at the very end of the night.
Nice.
So #bars. But other than that, man, I'm looking forward to seeing y'all in person because, hey, like, I'm coming back. I don't know if y'all is the station coming back or not.
Yeah.
But I am going to pop up on y'all and I'm gonna be like, hey, y'all got room for one more?
Of course.
You know it, man.
Y'all can say no and I'll go watch. Like, I'm for real. I will sit in the audience and be like,
oh yeah, we can't wait to get back out there for sure.
Yeah, but that's it for me.
I feel like I'm gonna go nuts. But play those jams, man. Let's get on out of here.
Would you like it?
For John, for Amechi, for Tandi, for myself, that's the Can't Tell Nothing show. C10 Improv, all those places. Thank you again, Symply Courtney, for joining us. We are out.